Hey everyone, happy Thursday and welcome to the Team Fit Revolution weekly call. My name is Lauren Kaliski. I'm a 5-star diamond coach and the founder of Team Fit Revolution. And I am so excited that you're here or listening to this recording. And I can't wait to really just dive into this week's topic because it is something that has helped me get more done in less time and also eliminate a lot of stress and anxiety when it comes to building a business. And if you ever feel stress or anxiety, I want you to know that I think those are pretty normal feelings when you decide to be an entrepreneur, to follow your dreams and to build a business. There's always going to be some of that. But I truly believe that we have the tools to overcome that stuff and to really work through it. And it's up to you to tap into that and to not let your feelings and your emotions get the best of you and let the story in your head win. So I want to give you guys my 5 top tips for working smarter, not harder. That being said, guys, building a business takes hard work. There is no way around the hard work, but I do believe you can get that work done in less time so that you either have more time to do other things that you want to be doing, or maybe you are still working a full-time job and you're building your business in the cracks. Everyone's story is a little bit different. I started building my business while I was in college and pretty quickly decided to go all in, which gave me more time in the day. But just because I had more time in the day doesn't mean I was necessarily productive with that time, especially at the beginning. All of 2013, I was a hot mess, guys, especially when it came to I don't like to call it time management, life management. Okay, there's no way to manage time. We all have 24 hours in the day. You can't manage that. That's the way it is. That's fact, right? What you can manage is your life, and really prioritizing things and getting your priorities done and out of the way. So even though I might have gone all in earlier than a lot of people, Posted in the Wall, which is the group for all 5 stars and above, people were talking about how much time they spend building their business. And I want you to know there was countless 5 stars who are building their business in 2 hours a day. Okay, so you do not need to have 8 hours to dedicate to your business. What you need to learn to do is to work smarter, not harder, and to get more done in less time. So type in the chat box if that is something you would like to be able to do, is to build to a 5-star diamond in 2 hours a day. It may take more time than that, but the fact that other people have done that proves that it's 100% possible. For those of you that are still living really busy lives, you have families, full-time jobs, etc. And there's many 5-star diamonds, guys, that are still working their full-time job. So everyone kind of does this differently. And I know on our team, we have a lot of full-time coaches, but I share this because it can look different for each and every one of you of what you actually end up doing with this and how you live out your dreams. Okay. So my first tip number 1 for working smarter, not harder, and I think this is the most important because it's going to help you with all the other tips, is eliminating distractions. Who here goes to work on your Beachbody business, and then you start scrolling social media, or you find yourself stuck on Facebook or Instagram and you're like, oh shit, I didn't get any work done. Anyone? It's okay if that's you, because that was me for like all of 2013. I can't tell you how much time I spent getting distracted on social media and letting Facebook win. So if that's you, you're not alone. I totally have been there, and I still catch myself to this day. But I have a lot of awareness about my habits and what I'm doing. So when I catch myself, I stop myself dead in my tracks, and I have a way to overcome that. Okay. This then justifies it by saying, oh no, I'm building my infinity score. Yeah. Maybe, but no, not really. Like, building your infinity score can be done, or affinity score can be done in many different ways. So, and scrolling social media doesn't really help unless you're engaging with everything that you see. And so if that's something you want to do, if you want to make sure you're engaging with your audience, put it on your list, and we'll talk more about that later. Okay. So I have questions for you guys, and I want you to respond to these in the chat box, please. Do you have notifications on your phone? Who has notifications turned on their phone? Who has little banners, little pop-ups, little things coming up on their phone? Okay. I'm curious. Alexa, do you? What do you type in the chat box too? Okay. I do not have any notifications on my phone, guys. No notifications. Turn that shit off. You guys all have it on. Turn that shit off. It does not serve you. All it does is distract you. Yeah, hell no. Like, oh my God, like I found myself going batshit crazy when I had notifications on my phone. Look at this app. Look at that app. Someone Snapchatted me. Someone commented on Instagram. Oh wait, someone liked a photo on Instagram. Who gives a fuck? Sorry, but like that is not important, and that's not working, and that is simply distracting you. Turn all of that shit off. Go to your settings, maybe even right now. Go to your settings. Go to notifications and turn all of that nonsense off. It does not serve you. My phone really doesn't even make noise, guys. Like, it's silent. The only notifications I do have on are for text messages and phone calls, but even the text message ones distract me. I want to check my text messages when it's time to check my text messages, not when someone texts me and thinks that I'm on demand, because you're not on demand. And that's kind of what technology has done to us. Is people think they should be able to get a hold of you right then and there. And like, notifications just don't serve you. So turn them off. Turn them off. It will make so much ease just mentally when you don't have that shit flashing at you. And yeah, you can put your phone on do not disturb. I used to put my phone on airplane mode. I honestly think, Lindsay, even when you're not working your business, you don't need notifications. It's just going to stress you out. Like, it just doesn't serve you. Go check Instagram when it's time to check Instagram. You'll see everything that's important when it's time to see it, if that makes sense. But our phones, social media, their job is to distract us. Okay, so if you fall into that trap, they're winning. Okay, another question for you guys. How many times a day does your phone buzz? Yeah, that's awesome, Lindsay. How many times a day does your phone buzz or ring? Like, while you're in the middle of doing something? 1 million. Okay, I want to know how many times. Anyone have a number for me? All day? Oh gosh, that sounds horrible. 20. Okay, my phone, like, maybe, I mean, I have it on silent almost all the time. So I keep my phone on silent, like, always. And silent for my phone is no buzzing. Buzzing is just as bad as ringing. Every time your phone buzzes, do you go and look at it? It buzzes. Oh, I better stop what I'm doing and go look at my phone. Distraction. Okay, so you gotta be really intentional about eliminating all distractions. And I don't care if you're a coach or not. I do not believe, like, we just have to get over this on-demand culture. You're not on demand. Your TV might be on demand, but you are not. Beachbody on demand might be there, but you are not. You are not obligated to respond to people right away. You know, I mean, like, if someone needs me, they'll call me. If they don't answer the first time, they'll call me again, right? If someone really needs to get my attention, they will. But I really just don't like this. I texted you, you text me back. I messaged you, message me back. I commented, comment back. Now, you need to do those things, but when it's time to do those things, when it's scheduled in your day, when it's on your list and it's time to check it off, okay? How about Facebook notifications? Who checks their red on Facebook? Alexa's eyeballs just came out of her head. She was like, no. It's okay if you do. I spent the first year of my business like being like, oh, red, I better check it. Oh, red, I better check it. Oh, I got a message. Oh, someone commented. Oh, someone liked. And I got nothing done. Yeah, you want to see how many notifications I have on Facebook? 99 plus, always. And it's so funny because I'll be on calls with some of my coaches and I'll screen share I have 92 right now. Sorry. I only have 92 notifications. I have 92 notifications, 2 messages, and 31 friend requests. Okay. So the whole top banner of my Facebook is red. And if you are constantly checking that, you're constantly distracted. Don't check it. There's nothing on there that you are not going to see when you are checking into the team page, when you go and you check on your timeline. Maybe every once in a while there is something important in there, but most of the time someone will text me and be like, hey, I tagged you in something. Will you check it out? Or whatever. You'll find out about it some other way. Once again, Facebook's job is to distract you. And your job is to overcome those distractions and not let it win. So ignore all of the red. This is your permission to ignore all of the red. If there's a group you need to check into, if you need to remember to check your timeline every single day, if you need to remember to respond back to comments, put it on your list. Don't rely on notifications to tell you when to do something. Okay? Because all it's going to do is distract you from your priorities and your list. Okay? And you're going to get nothing done. You're going to feel overwhelmed, and social media is going to become not very much fun. Okay? The average consumer, the average user, you have to really retrain your brain from personal social media use to now using it for a business. Okay? And, that can be hard. It's really hard because everything is working against us. So that brings me to point number 2. Point number 2, or tip number 2. Work from a list, right? If it needs to be done, it needs to be on a list. Last week's team call was all about this. So are you winging it, or do you have a list? Type in the box. Are you working from a list? It's okay if you're not. I'm not, judging. I just want to help you work smarter, not harder. Okay. So if you are not working from a list, you need to be. Okay. My life is a list. Yeah. Okay. I wrote one out, but I don't use it. That's totally normal. Okay. So you have got to find a format or a list that you can stick to. Some people are pen and paper. Some people are planners people. But for me personally, for like 3 years, guys, I've been like writing everything down in my planner. I also had a laminated list. So if you're like a pen and paper person, I had like laminated lists that I could check off. Alexa says she uses a combo of her activity tracker and Panda Planner to keep her laser focused and using a list. It's taken a lot of trial and error to find what works best. Amen. So, the type of list that we use may not work for you, but you have to find something that sticks. You have to. And I highly recommend, for me, I realized that I still use my planner every single day. Well, most days. The Panda Planner is kind of cool because you can put dates in, so I see when I don't use it, and I'm like, oh shit, forgot to use my planner for 2 days. But regardless, I love my planner. It's like my Bible that comes with me everywhere. And I realized that in addition to my planner, I needed a monthly and a daily list that I could go back to always. So like a lot of things just don't make it in my planner, but I needed like all the vital behaviors written out. I needed check into the team page, check in with my new coaches, those things that I do regularly. I needed it all on a list. So I'm going to try to keep this point pretty short and sweet because Alexa freaking nailed this topic last week on the team call. So go watch. If you don't have a list and you weren't on last week's team call, you need to go watch it. And if you were on the team call and you don't have a list yet, I don't know why. So watch last week's team call. A list is going to help give you direction. It's going to help it's going to help you get more done in less time. And it's going to help you eliminate overwhelm and anxiety, right? Which is something we all are challenged with as entrepreneurs and business owners. This is normal feelings, but you have to give yourself the tools to overcome those feelings. yeah, she linked her templates for the tracker in the description on YouTube. So you've got an example list that you can kind of use to build your own list from Alexa. I also have an example that you can use as well. It's a little bit different from Alexa's, but basically the same idea. Yeah, and the BAT is on there. The BAT is Beachbody's business activity tracker. So if you look at Alexa's list or my list and you're like, and you look at the BAT and you're like, what the what? Take the things on the business activity tracker and translate them to a list that works for your brain, or take the things that are on our list and make them work for you, okay? I really want to keep that one short because, like I said, Alexa's team call was all about that, and it's archived underneath the team files if you didn't see it yet. Tip number 3. You guys ready for it? Tip 3. Use Instagress. Who is using Instagress? Who has no idea what Instagress is? Let me know. Okay, cool. So some of you are using Instagress. Some of you are not. Maybe you don't even know what it is, and I will tell you what it is and why you should be using it. It's totally fine if you've never heard of it, but yeah, I completely agree, Courtney. It's basically the best thing ever. It's like hiring a virtual assistant for you or for your business for like cents a day. Who wants a virtual assistant for cents a day? Me. Because let me tell you, you can't hire a person for cents a day. So hire Instagress instead. I honestly think no matter where you are in your business, this is some of the best dollars that you can invest into your business. And it is so cheap. So even if you're not making a ton of income right now or any income, this is a worthwhile business investment. It is a tax write-off and it works while you sleep. That is the definition of working smarter, not harder. Something that works while you get to sleep or be with your family or do whatever you do, okay? And it works while you sleep for like 30 cents a day. Yeah, so here's the thing. You guys are probably like, so like, okay, what's Instagress? Instagress is a auto liker for, I'm just gonna pull it up and screen share because that's the easiest way. It is an Instagram tool to like content for you. Now, there's a bunch of different features on there. There's a bunch of different settings. It can look really confusing, honestly, when you open it up. So let me show you. Let me show you the things that you really just need to focus on. And I have a short little 10-minute video about this actually, but I think like Instagress has changed so much since I made that video that I should probably update it. Okay, my internet, of course, is like moving like a slug. But here we are. You guys can see my screen? Yeah? Okay. So, oh, Zach's time is over, so I need to give Zach more time. But we've got Instagress on for all of our IG accounts, okay? So you can turn it on if you have multiple accounts for all of them. The Wanderlust Bus has like 7,000 followers, and I rarely post on it. Why does it have 7,000 followers? Because of Instagress, okay? But let's just go look at my personal one. So the really cool thing about Instagress is everyone gets a free 3-day trial. So all of you, if you don't have Instagress, aren't using it, need to set up the 3-day trial after this call. Put it on your list, okay? And what was also on my list for those of you that are using Instagress is to come and check on my Instagress on a weekly basis. Make sure that is also on your list because this is not something that you can just press go and let it go. Like you can't just walk away. You need to be paying attention to what it's doing for it to actually be beneficial, okay? So like, look at this. Instagress has like 18,000 photos for me. It likes 50 photos an hour. You'll notice here that it has comments, follows, unfollows. So if you see all those spammy comments, if you see random business accounts following you and then unfollowing you, they're doing it through Instagress. To me, that shit is really tacky, it's slimy, and I don't like it. The comments, the follows, and the unfollows. So I was really at first turned off by Instagress because of that. But then I realized that you can still use it in a very classy way that works. And I know it works, and I'll tell you exactly how it's worked for me. So I would recommend only using likes. That is my recommendation. And you can set your targeting for different things. So right now my targeting is set for tags, which means hashtags. But say you are someone who wants to build a local team or wants to work with your clients locally. You can also set it for locations by clicking this. You can only have one or the other on. So maybe this is something that you flip-flop every week, right? You got tags on one week, you got locations on the next week. You can also set it to like followers. So you could target BBG, Tone It Up Girls, all the people that are liking or that are engaging with competitors' Instagrams. You can set it up to like their stuff too by usernames, followers by username. And I'll show you what this looks like down below. Okay, so this is the targeting section. Right now mine is set for tags. You choose how you want to set it. Play around with it, see what works best for you, and I'll show you how you can see what is actually working. Actually, Alexa, do you mind getting your phone ready to screen share? Do you have Instagram on right now, girl? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, you have your camera off. Hi. Okay, so maybe Alexa can screen share with us when she gets back, but because I don't know how to screen share from my phone. Hi, can you unmute yourself for a second?
Yeah, sorry. Devin's watching football, so it was loud out here.
No worries. Do you have Instagram on?
No, because I was finding that I don't think my hashtags I was using weren't working very well. And to be honest, I just didn't take any time to go in and mess with it because, like you just said, it's not something that you can just set and leave. And so that's what I did, and it wasn't working for me. So that's totally on me. So I just turned it off until I could like sit down and really like revamp my hashtags and redo everything. I actually wanted to maybe see if I could set up a call and do that with you.
You totally can. Anyway. You totally can. Okay, well, I'll still have you share your screen so that we can show people how to access the photos that they like. But yeah, I'm calling you out. You got to set that up, girl. Like that.
I know.
So much. Like I can't even. I have a really cool story to share. But okay, thanks, Alexa. I'll have you share in just a second. Okay, so speed. You can put it on normal to start. I have it on custom, so it's liking 50 photos an hour for me. So, I mean, it's not liking a ton of photos. You don't want to have it on too fast so that you like, trigger it as spam or something, or like on Instagram, but like, yeah. Anyways, so filters. So this is where you can customize what photos it's liking. So I like it to be fairly new content, 3 days old. The max likes on each photo is 100 because over 100 people aren't even going to notice that you're liking it, right? So play around with these. Maybe you even want to lower it down from 100 and have it be more narrow. Basically, the more filtered you do this stuff, the more targeted and actual content that you would truly be liking is what Instagram will do for you. And I'll show you how to see what it is liking for you in a minute. Okay, so here are my tags. Don't use my hashtags, use your own. But I will show you how you can add hashtags and also see how many hashtags are being used. So let's see. I'll just go to Wanderlust just because this is an easy. Can you guys see the little window that just popped up with the tags? Okay, because sometimes it's like the screen shares here. So here, when you type in Wanderlust, it doesn't just give you Wanderlust, and it tells you the number of photos that are on that hashtag. It also gives you all the other popular hashtags. So Wanderlust Festival, Wanderlust Tribe, Wanderlust Life. And so I really like, hey babe. Okay, yeah. Sorry, this is distracting. He's like smashing ice in the kitchen. Okay, so Wanderlust Life, all these different things. You can get really narrow with the hashtags that you're using. And I think the narrower, the better. Like Wanderlust might not be the best hashtag because that has 28 million, and that's not targeted. That's not specific. And if you scroll the Wanderlust, here, I'll show you. So you can click on these. Did it come up in a new window? Can you see my new window or no? No? Wait, hold on. I'm just gonna share again to make sure it's the right window. Okay, so when you click on the actual hashtag, it pops up and it shows you the Instagram window. So you can do your research on your phone by actually going to each hashtag, which I have also done, but you can also just simply click on the hashtag and it will pull up all the photos. So Wanderlust, I mean, it's actually pretty good. Oh, those are the top photos, most recent. So Wanderlust is pretty good, but some of these ones with millions of hashtags are going to be like totally weird. Like eat clean, don't use eat clean. Like love your body, be very careful with that stuff. Definitely check all of the hashtags before you just set it up, because you want to make sure it likes things that you would actually like, right? Let me go back to Instagram really quick. Okay, so there is hashtags. I kind of switched back and forth between hashtags and locations. I did try usernames for a little while, but it didn't work well for me. So locations, I really wanted to build a local team in Bellingham. I moved away from Seattle and I was like, I want to make friends in Bellingham and build a local team. So I targeted all of like, popular locations in Bellingham that I visit: yoga studios, Whole Foods, coffee shops, the co-op. So, I mean, in addition to just Bellingham and different things like that, Fairhaven, different neighborhoods. So put in some places that your prospects might frequent in your area in the locations part. And then usernames. This is where you can set it up to like photos of people who follow these people. What I found was this was not a very targeted way to use Instagram. Oh, someone's unmuted. So I ended up turning that off. But I think that maybe if you played around with it some more, it could work well for you. Yeah. Okay. Any questions about Instagram? How will this help us? So this will help you because it's liking photos for you on Instagram, which means your name is getting into other people's news feeds. When your name gets into other people's news feeds, they are 10 times more likely to come to your page to see what you're all about. And the goal is for them to follow you, but maybe they'll just like your content, maybe they'll comment. And then if you're going through and checking out the people that actually are interacting with you and interacting with them, you can just find prospects through Instagram. So I have multiple stories of how this has helped me. I've actually recruited coaches from Instagram or who have found me through Instagram. How do I know this? I ask everyone who comes to me where they found me, and they say, oh, you liked one of my photos. I don't spend any time liking photos anymore, guys. That's a waste of time. It's just a distraction. I do spend time commenting on people's photos, but I don't just like photos, okay? That's not one of the activities on my daily list. Why? Because I can hire Instagram to do it for 30 cents a day. And I think mine was even less than 30 cents a day because the more time you buy, the cheaper it is. I think mine's down to like 15 cents a day. It is crazy cheap. So definitely check it out. Let's see. Yeah, there are hundreds of videos on how to use Instagram. This is how I use it though. And honestly, like it's far less confusing once you're in there and you just play around with it. Yeah, so you want to make sure, Ariel said, one of my hashtags must have been weird because someone messaged me and said, you've been liking a bunch of porn posts. So yeah, you guys, that's the thing, is you can't just set it up and leave it. Alexa, will you share your Instagram really quick if you're available? So yeah, you got to do your research. You got to look at all of your hashtags and see what's on them. I know that my hashtags are working because of this. When Alexa shares her screen, if she's available, I can see exactly what Instagram is liking for me, excuse me. So I go to, this is how you do it. And where is she? Are you there? Oh, she's doing it. Okay. Do I think this is a good investment for a brand new coach? Yes, Jessica. I think that this is the best investment for anyone at any point in your business. Honestly, it's cents a day. I don't think you should have things like Hootsuite I don't think you should be paying for Buffer, which is $10 a month. This is a much better use of dollars, in my opinion, than those things. Okay, so go to your profile, Alexa. Hello, Sarah. Okay, the little wheel at the top is how you see who photos you're liking. So click on the little wheel. And then right there, account, photos you've liked. Click on that. Okay, and it shows the photos that she's liked. Now, like Alexa said, she doesn't have Instagress on right now, but once she turns Instagress on, she'll be able to see exactly what photos Instagress has been liking for her through that feature, okay? So I go to mine almost daily, and mine is so spot on, guys. I'm like, holy crap. Like, this stuff is good. Like, it's liking all, like, yoga, spiritual, foodie pics, travel pics. And you also want to make sure that you're not liking a bunch of other coaches' pics. You can stop this screen share. Like, yeah, when I go to mine, I don't know if you can. It's so hard to get this shit to focus. Oh, there you go. I mean, yeah, maybe there's a few pictures on there that aren't necessarily, but like, this is a lot of outdoorsy stuff. There's no porn. There's nothing inappropriate. It's all totally cool, right? I love it. Okay, so not only have I met coach prospects, challenger prospects who told me that they have found me because I liked one of their photos. 2 days ago, we were at yoga class at the yoga barn, and this girl came up to me, and we're in Bali, guys. She comes up to me and she's like, "Are you Lauren?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Hi, I follow you on Instagram. Like, I recognized you." And she's like, "You liked one of my photos, and I like saw you were in Bali, and I was coming here too." Like, how random is that Instagress liked a photo? I didn't tell her this. I'm like, the whole time I'm thinking, oh, well, that was Instagress, not me. But Instagress liked a photo for me. We happened to go to the same yoga class at the same place at the same time, and she recognized me. Like, I don't know, you don't spend a whole lot of time in yoga like staring at people. So it was just really, it was like a small world, but it was so cool because I would have never ever connected with her if it hadn't have been for Instagress. So I really highly, highly recommend using this. I think that it can really help you connect and expand your network, right? And that's a huge part of this business, is expanding your network, constantly having new eyes, and all those things. Isn't that where Blacklist comes into play? Like, put Beachbody and Coach and all that to avoid it liking things. I haven't played around with the Blacklist, but that's probably an awesome idea, Amanda. Mine really doesn't like too many coach things because I don't use hashtags that other coaches use, or I try not to. Like, when I'm doing my research, if I see it's flooded with other coaches, I don't put that hashtag in my Instagress. So I want to make sure I'm targeting prospects, not other coaches, not other MLMs, not other stuff like that. So do your research, do your homework. Yes, it's worth it. I highly recommend investing in it. And if nothing else, do the 3-day trial. And yeah. Okay. So any more questions about Instagress before we move on to tip 4? Everyone going to go try that 3-day trial? Set it up, play around with their stuff, put it on their list to check in on it? Yeah? No excuse not to. Number 4, learn a new skill. I truly believe everything in this business, everything about being an entrepreneur is learning new skills. You don't come into this business knowing everything. You don't know it all. I had no freaking idea what I was doing when I started coaching, but I understood that these were all skills that I could learn. I just had to spend the time doing that. Okay. So, I have a couple quotes I want to share that kind of just relate to this idea, but it's not the lack of resources, it's the lack of resourcefulness, and that's Tony Robbins. You guys have countless resources. Even without investing in trainings and things like that, you have so many resources where you can learn the skills that you need to learn to be a successful coach. It's not just going to come to you. You weren't just born with it. Sorry. Yeah, some people might have some skills that others don't. Like, Alexa's amazing with graphics and design, but
Those are all skills that can be learned if you're not, or you can outsource them. I'm horrible with graphics and design, so I outsource that stuff. But what is one thing, answer this question in the chat box, what is one thing that is missing from your business that would make it soar? What is that one thing? There's got to be something. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Amanda, I'm going to disagree with you. Posting more often probably isn't it. That's not a skill to learn. You know how to do that. Okay? There's a skill that you can master. Consistency? Yeah, okay. Better tracking of convos. There we go. Yes. Okay. Editing your photos, making them more visually appealing. Adding value, learning how to write, how to speak, how to share your story, how to write copy. Mine looked like a child did it. Yeah. Okay. So if it's one of your weaknesses, but Amanda, I see your post all the frickin' time. So girlfriend, I'm going to say no to that one. Getting motivation after a long day of work. Yeah. Learning how to push through the pain. Thicker skin, not letting the no's get to you. Learning how to master a sale would be that skill that you need to master, Crystal. Okay? So learning how to turn your conversations into sales without ever feeling salesy is going to be the skill that you need to master. So whatever the skill is, there is someone out there that has mastered it. So go learn from them on YouTube. If you've been a coach for a little while, start investing in trainings. I absolutely love trainings. There's so many trainings out there for not a whole lot of money, but make sure if you invest in a training that you invest from someone who's truly been there and done that. Do your research on people before you pay them. I don't want to pay someone who doesn't really have a background in a certain area to teach me how to do it. And trust me, there's countless people out there that are trying to do things like that. So really just get out there and learn whatever skill it is that would make your business soar. For me, it's organization. I know organization has been my weak point for a long time. And I'm constantly learning more about organization. I've invested in Chalene Johnson's trainings where she teaches you how to organize your life, how to organize your business. And I've definitely made huge amounts of progress this year. My Google Drive is not the biggest, hottest mess anymore. I've got folders. I organize things. All of my photos are on Google Drive so that I can access them quickly, so that I can share things easily with my team. Whatever your Achilles heel is right now, fix it. Okay? There's a skill and you can learn it. Organizing your time. Yeah. Life management, as I like to call it. Another quote from Matthew Hussey. He was one of the speakers at School of Greatness. I'm going to have a Shakeology mustache. So Matthew Hussey, he's a relationship coach, but I loved this quote. Oh, planned up, plan ordered. That's awesome. Okay, so I love this quote from him. He said, don't ever tell yourself that you can't do anything because you can't do everything. Right? You can do it. None of us can do everything, though. So you got to learn the skills necessary to take your business to the next level. Okay? And it's different for everyone. We all have different strengths. We all have different weaknesses. That's what makes this team so awesome and diverse. Okay? Tip number 5. This is going to help you, once again, get more done in less time. This is going to help you get through your inbox faster. And if you don't have messages in your inbox to get through, then maybe you need to start more drafts for starting conversations. So that's tip number 5 is use drafts. Use drafts. I resisted this for so long, or sorry that I didn't clean that out. I totally meant to do it. No, that was, okay. But I didn't clean out later. Sorry. So use freaking drafts because this is going to help you just fly through your inbox and to talk to more people and to not feel exhausted doing so because you're going to have a system to follow. Make sure your drafts are your words though. It's not going to work for you. The drafts won't work. They won't help you. They're actually might hinder you if you just copy and paste other people's drafts. So we have countless drafts out there that people from the team have shared. Take those and write them in your own words, please. Yeah, Alexa said she's been using drafts since she's an Emerald coach, and this is why she's knocked Success Club out of the park like ever since, right? Is because she has drafts, and she uses her drafts to message mass amounts of people in far less time, and not in a spammy way, in a really personal way, because they're her words, right? So have templates saved for all questions, for all conversations, to start new combos, to follow up with people, to invite people. You should be using a draft for all of that. Don't be retyping every single message, because that's a waste of time. Do I customize almost every single message and make it personal? Yes, I add a sentence in there that makes it custom. One sentence. It takes me a lot less time to write one sentence than it does a whole paragraph that I've been repeating and repeating and repeating, right? You're going to say an answer and talk about a lot of the same things. To this day, I still have a lot of the same conversations that I had when I was a baby coach. So as a baby coach, work on creating drafts. And if your drafts are not working for you, like you're not closing a sale, if you're not hitting Success Club, you're going to need to be constantly revising and editing those drafts until they do. So when you have a successful conversation, go back through it and look at it and create drafts from that. Or if you've already had successful conversations, go read through them. Go read through your unsuccessful conversations and learn what not to do next time. I learned so much as a new coach through self-reflection, and not just, trying things over and over and over again and expecting a different result. That's the definition of insanity, right? So really have drafts, use them, and save them in multiple places. Okay? I don't know about you, but not all my conversations are on email. So having drafts on email is awesome. That's one of the places I have drafts, but it is not the only place that I have drafts. I have my drafts saved on my like page on Facebook. You can save drafts there. I have my drafts saved on Google Drive. I have my drafts saved on my notepad on my phone, so that if I'm Instagram direct messaging, bam, copy, paste, send. Okay? Save them freaking everywhere. You should have drafts for everything. And stop second guessing what you're saying to people and just trust the process. Use the 5-step invite process. There's workshops on that from Sarah and Alexa of how to use the 5-step invite process. I don't know if those are still accessible. They might be. I think we might be putting them up on the team training website. But regardless, the 5-step invite process is all over YouTube. Go YouTube it and check it out, because that is what like all successful coaches are using. The same 5-step invite process with just a little bit different words, okay? Ask lots of questions. Be interested instead of interesting. Your drafts should not be stories. If your drafts are long and you have to read through them, like it's going to take a while, you're writing way too much. Short and sweet, back and forth, conversation, not overwhelming people with like, bleh. Don't vomit. Your drafts are not a place to vomit. Just because you're creating a draft, it should be a conversation. Okay? And yeah, definitely just check out the workshops on this. Watch some YouTube videos. Create drafts. Use the 5-step invite process. Don't overcomplicate it. Okay? Those are my 5 tips for you guys. Once again, number 1, eliminate distractions. Number 2, work from a list. Number 3, use Instagress. Number 4, learn a new skill. Number 5, use drafts. Okay? These are 5 things that are going to help you get more done in less time and be successful with your business, no matter how much time you have to dedicate to it. If you start implementing these things into your business, I guarantee you're going to be far more productive and you're going to get a lot more done. Okay? Any questions? No? I'm going to go to the gallery view. Okay, well, thank you so much to everyone who is on the call live. Please don't get off yet, because we're going to do a post-call giveaway. And if you are watching this recording and you've got questions, feel free to reach out. I hope this was helpful information. Maybe it wasn't anything earth-shattering, but it's just good reminders of, the little things that are going to make a really big difference in your business. It's so hard not to word vomit on people when you're so excited. Oh my gosh, Jessica, that was so me, especially as a new coach. I was like, oh my gosh, someone messaged me, someone's interested, woohoo! But I did it every single time. So I totally feel you. But if you can just rein in that excitement, like do a little woo dance behind your computer screen, be like, woo, and then just take it slow. Take it slow. Get to know them. Ask questions. It will just be 10 times more successful for you. And it'll help your success rate in those conversations. But I totally feel you. It's something you got to just rein it in. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Okay? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording and we'll do the giveaway.